All right, perfect. Let's talk about how to have more discipline. Click the thumbs up button for me if you like this video, watch until the end, and let's get it. So, what do you need to know to have more discipline? This is a very common question with people, especially if they want to make it as an entrepreneur. So what does it take, really? Okay, so it doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve in life. If you are not good at coming up with a system that keeps you on track to your goals, you'll never be able to get there in a timely fashion, okay? It's gonna be way too chaotic, you're gonna be inconsistent, and so your results will be inconsistent, okay? So anytime that you're taking chances on yourself, AKA living life the way that it's supposed to live, you have to recognize how important it is to design a system in which you can assure that you shall get to your goals, all right? So you got multiple different layers to this. There's the small, short-term, daily goals. There's the long-term, big picture goals, like career goals and stuff like that, like life achievement type of things. And it's gonna take some sort of systems in order to piece together all of these things, because life is really like a puzzle, okay? So every piece matters, AKA every move that you make in order to get to your goals actually matters, because it contributes to the monument that you're building on, okay? So one thing you can do, make sure that you have something that you do every day towards your big picture goal. So it doesn't matter if you're doing something that has to do directly with your career path, or it has something to do with developing your personality and your mindset in order for you to become that person that it takes in order to be successful in your industry. Now that's something I don't hear anybody ever talk about, is how important it is to work on your mindset daily, not just activities and actions that you can take, because that's all masculine stuff. But you have to make sure you're nurturing yourself and molding your personality in order to become this kind of person that you need to be, in order to become this person who's known as the person who does this, or the person who was the best at this, or one of the best at it, and stuff like that. So definitely don't forget about that. So another thing, coming up with systems and stuff, super important. But also another thing that you got to recognize is that, hey, if you do not actually care to be very strict on yourself, like I'm talking about very strict, if you're not always being consistent with making sure you're policing yourself, if you're not like self-accountable, if you're not holding yourself accountable, you're gonna be fit to really deserve the fruits of whatever labor. So you can't be surprised if you don't start making a lot of money at any point, or if you start having a lot of like issues with the stuff that you want continuing to flow and being consistent, because it's a reflection of your personality. This world is only a reflection of who you are within yourself. I hear people say all the time, this nonsense right here, life isn't fair. What? Of course life is fair, bro. What are you talking about? This is how you know life is fair. Everybody in this thing is flawed. Every single one of us. Whether it's physical flaws, mental flaws, emotional flaws, everybody got traumatized at some point. Bro, what that sound like? That sound like everybody's on the same level. But the difference is how we respond to these things. So the only difference between the person who gets to the results that they want, the success and things of that nature, versus the person who doesn't, guess what, bro? It's just a simple fact that you have to be consistent. So if somebody is very consistent with whatever it takes to get to their goal, they're gonna develop this personality that goes around it too. They're gonna immerse themselves more deeply into the activities. So you can't expect to, for example, if you want to be a professional basketball player, you can't spend all day only playing basketball video games and then expect to actually be able to shoot a ball through the hoop consistently, or play good defense, or block shots and things like that. No, you have to immerse yourself completely into it. Play basketball video games, lift weights, do cardio, put up a lot of shots often. You have to be on a team, all of that stuff, bro. It's multiple things. It's kind of interesting how a lot of people act like certain types of people are more lucky than others or something like that, but really everybody gets favor in life. But the difference is it's a rhythm thing. Some people are good at consistently getting things to favor them, but when you don't, you got to recognize this, because your personality is inconsistent. Just think about this. Anytime you're in school, right, they put you on a schedule, okay? a schedule. Any time that you're on any kind of system, whether it's your job or school, if you have a specific type of objective that you're trying to achieve, aka your daily work or your degree in the end of it, you have a specific task. It's very clearly defined. The task is very clearly defined. And then whenever you get done, the objective and the goal at hand, big picture, is clearly defined too. So it's not like, well, I think this is my homework, or I think I'm supposed to do 1 through 5. Like, no, it's very clearly defined. Your homework is this: do 1 through 10. God dang. Then you do this task, and then you're gonna take this test. You get the whole syllabus before you, as soon as you start the semester. You get the entire schedule for the semester, or should I say the quarter, or whatever it is, the course. The whole time there is a clearly defined system in place in order to guarantee that we know where we're headed. You can apply this to your life, and you definitely should, especially if you got big dreams and big goals. Because if you're just like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna see about how I feel and then I'm gonna do it based off of that, let me tell you something, bro. It never mattered how you felt about anything. The difference is the people who put in the work are good at designing systems because they care enough to put together a system. Then you apply it. So applying yourself and making sure that you stick with that system long term, that is when you start to get results. You cannot expect to get the fruits of any labor. You can't expect to get paid off of something if you're inconsistent with it. You can't expect to get consistent fruits off of inconsistent actions, okay? You cannot expect to get consistent blessings off of something where you inconsistently even praying for it or something like that, bro. I know you get where I'm coming from, bro. I'm sure you do. This is so important. So many people spend too much time spending life kind of just going about however they feel, going through the motions, just being emotional about it. No, bro, you have to be tactical. You have to be very logical. You have to get it. Be masculine when it comes to the actions you take. But you have to be feminine when it comes to coming up with a plan, coming up with the imagination of what it'll be like once you get to the goals, what it takes in order to get there, and all that type of stuff. And of course, yes, you're supposed to have days where you go with how you feel, but that's intuition, and that's not what I'm talking about. You're supposed to have moments where you get a feel for things, but when it comes to on any given day, you're not supposed to wake up and be like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. When it comes to getting close to your goals, you're gonna have to have a very clearly defined objective and plan every single day as you chip away at whatever it takes to get to what you want to get to. Come on now, I know you feeling it. Click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, holla.